The lower part of the snag gets obscured by the leaves.
We've created this guide not only for people to be able to identify and know what birds they have in their local parks, but also so that they can protect them and foster ideas of conservation amongst their peers.
This place appears pretty good. It's either really good or there's no birds there at all. And then we started going birding every single morning for maybe like from 7 to 12.
We are at Long Branch Nature Center in Arlington County today with the brothers, Max and Dante Julius, and they have come up with this essentially a bird field guide of the birds of Arlington. So first of all, how long have you guys been doing this, and what is drawing you to the bird world?
So I have been a bird watcher for about 4.5 years. I mean, I've always been obsessed with biology and the sciences, but there's this bird, the wood thrush, whose call specifically connected to me, I guess. My brother has been a nature photographer for a long while. There were 2 Carolina wrens.
So you guys have rubbed off a lot on each other, and then you complement each other in certain ways. And so you go out on these nature walks together, and you're looking for unique birds and sort of the home birds of Arlington County.
Yeah, we look to also like just enjoy them and just like see what they're doing. It's like watch them and see how they're behaving, and every time we go out, there's always something new. We see a different behavior or a different bird we've never seen. So right up here, there's a cardinal.
Tell us about this field guide that you've put together.
We hope it to be a little bit more than a field guide. We've started it already. But right now it's a list based on data we've seen that's been collected through eBird, an application where you kind of like, submit birds that you see so anyone can access them for data purposes. And we've looked at that and compiled a list based on that, based on what we've seen. And then also based on a few other sources, and we've compiled a list of all the birds in Arlington. How
about we ruffle a few feathers? You guys walk us through the park and point out some birds to us. Can we roll?
All right,
let's do it. So this guide that you've put together, you're also enlightening the public as to, what they should do, what they can do, and what they can see about birds, right?
Yeah. I actually want our website to not only be a way that they can, identify and connect with birds or see them in a new light, but also a way that they can start to take action and help birds.
For example, planting native plants or taking part in one of the RIP invasive plant removals that are hosted frequently around in Arlington parks.
All right, so we've arrived at a certain spot. What exactly are we looking for here?
We're looking for a red-shouldered hawk, very similar to the red-tailed hawk, but is differentiated by its black and white striped tail.
So what are you looking for exactly? Are you?
So, we're looking for have you ever seen squirrel nests? There's kind of this jumble of sticks in a tree, maybe like about this large or this large.
Kind of what the inside of my house looks like. I got 3 kids.
So we're looking for like a larger one of those. I'll give you one for like, 10 kids. Birds are definitely very important to ecosystems because they are indicator species, meaning they basically indicate when an ecosystem is in trouble or when it's doing well. They're kind of like the canary in the coal mine, but for ecosystems.
2 hawks up there, just sort of.
Are they coming back? Or are they? I saw them, there's one over there, flying on the right, gonna come up on, straight up, right there, yeah. Oh, beautiful.
I was waiting for the report card. He said that they're an indicator species. They indicate what the state of the ecosystem. I was like, okay, all right, so how we doing?
Well, one thing that harms the ecosystem that we actually experienced while we were out there, the metal birds of Arlington County. I mean, helicopters everywhere, right? They disrupt the birds, they disrupt everybody's peace. So we had a few moments to just sort of laugh and chuckle about that. But yeah, the metal birds of Arlington County, we need to get them the heck out of there. Although I don't think the FAA is going to hop on that per our request.
Well, the voters will. They certainly will. I was disturbed by it. So birds, I definitely got your back. This is a really fascinating hobby for kids this young. And so them getting into it and helping one another, it makes sense they have their own little kind of collective, but have they branched out and met other bird lovers, at least with their age group?
Well, they definitely have some in school, and ornithology is the study of birds, and that's clearly what they're angling towards in a professional career. So Max is going to be a senior in high school coming up next year. And so he's been looking at Cornell because they have an exceptional ornithology department and division. But these guys are just great. I've got to say, going into this story, not knowing anything anything about them or what they were doing. I was just sort of joking with our producers, like, oh, so we're going to go talk to the bird nerds. You know, that was just sort of my way of being like, I don't know what's going on here. But listen, after meeting them, I mean, they are so bright. They are the kind of kids that every parents would dream of, that they could just send their kids out the door and not have to worry about them because they're not getting into trouble. They're going to look for birds.
They're getting exercise. No cops will be called. It is all good.
Totally on the up. And listen, they are helping the environment there in Arlington County. If you know great people doing amazing things, whether they're 7 months, 7 years, or 77 years old, I want to hear about it. Find me on Facebook or Twitter at Adam Longo. You can also email me, alongo@wsa9.com.